Okay, everybody. So, while I was out on the honeymoon, Tracy and I were hitting record stores and picking up albums. Sadly, we had a car accident during our Ottawa part of our voyage while we were doing our CD shopping for the day. And our CD shopping in Ottawa, Canada got cut short due to getting T-boned in a parking lot by another car. Nothing like getting T-boned like 800 kilometers from home. Thankfully, the car really got off real lucky. We were in a parking garage, wasn't a lot of damage. I need to get my door replaced. Where does this go? Why am I having this story? Well, because one of the albums I picked up on that road trip, but I picked it up before then, was this one here. This is Alice Cooper, Raise the Dead, live from Wacken. Wacken. I saw this tour live. I saw this tour here in Windsor, Ontario. This was a fantastic tour. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is actually the one where I met Alice. This has 2 CDs, 1 DVD. I honestly have not watched the DVD yet, but as I generally don't review DVDs and I tend to just review the CDs, and the CD is literally the same as the DVD, just one's the show, the other 2 are the music. And I know I saw the show and I love the show. The show is fantastic, so I don't need to get into the show that much. But let's get into the music on this, because this has got a great set list. Now, this is pre-Hollywood Vampires. This was the setup for Hollywood Vampires. And this is very important to keep in mind as we go here. All right, so the album opens up with Hello Hooray. Fantastic way to open up the show. Not one of my favorite songs from Alice, but it is a beautiful way to open up the show every single time. Then it goes into House of Fire. Not a huge fan of the Trash album, but House of Fire is a good tune, man. Even after all these years, I still dig House of Fire. It's got all that right Alice sexuality to it without going too far into it, you know? No More Mr. Nice Guy, Under My Wheels, I'll Bite Your Face Off. So this would have been after Welcome to My Nightmare. And I'll Bet Your Face Off was one of the few songs that was getting played still regularly at that point. Sadly, at this point, it's kind of fallen off the set list, and that Welcome to My Nightmare doesn't get as much love as one would hope it would have got. Then we're into $1 Billion Babies. Boom, tap, tap, the boom, tap, the da 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 boom, tap, tap, the boom, tap, the boom, yeah. All right. Caffeine, another great tune that's really fun off the original, or not off the original, off Welcome to My Nightmare. Another song that I really wish would still get a little play, because really when that one gets played, man, the whole crowd just gets bopping up and down, man. Caffeine, caffeine. You know, it's just a good fun song. And then we're into Department of Youth. We got the power. Yeah, who gave it to you? My cat knocking stuff down off the couch. Even Pandora's like, come on, dude, quit trashing the place. Then after Department of Youth, we're into Hey Stupid. Hey Stupid, I got one problem with it. I don't like when they play it live for 2 reasons. I don't like the tape play at the beginning of it, because they do the tape play of the hey, 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 hey. I prefer if they just had the band come out, you know, Alice is backstage, you get the guys in the band go, just as a warm-up, go, hey, 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 because I think they have in past done it this way. And, you know, get it all queued up, just get the, you know, Chuck's really good at that way. Chuck Garrett's great at queuing up the band, but, you know, just, hey, 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 you know, hey, stupid, you know, just get into it. Also, the Hey Stupid album is one of the most insanely produced albums ever, which I swear is one of the reasons a lot of songs never get played live, because they never quite have the same sound live. They don't, like, Alice's band has got a great live raw sound, beautiful for like original material stuff, a lot of the 80s metal kind of stuff as well. But when you get in that very deeply polished sound that was Hey Stupid, Last Temptation, even Trash to a degree, not quite the same. Then you're into Dirty Diamonds. I love Dirty Diamonds. Dirty Diamonds is one of those songs, always either like Halo Flies or Dirty Diamonds that they seem to play. And I actually hate that Dirty Diamonds has kind of slipped out of the list and has been forgotten about, because I think Dirty Diamonds is one of Alice's best tunes out of the 2000s. Then we're into Welcome to My Nightmare, which is great. And then followed up by Go to Hell. Oh, I love Go to Hell, man. Oh, such a great song live. Then we're into He's Back, the man behind the mask, man. Only ever gets played in Europe. He started playing it, thankfully, finally in North America again, but not enough, man. I love that tune. Then Feed My Frankenstein, Ballad of Dwight Fry, Killer, yeah. I Love the Dead. Then, after I Love the Dead, we get the execution and everything. Alice comes back to life. And I know it's a Vincent Price sound-alike since Vincent's been gone. At least I think it's a Vincent Price sound-alike. It could be from one of the old tapes. Because Vincent did and Alice did record a lot together. So maybe it is from, say, when they were recording The Nightmare Special or something like that they pulled that from. I'm not sure. But it sounds really good either way. And it leads into, it's basically Vincent going, Alice, where are all your friends? Where's everybody gone? They're all dead, Alice. And that leads us into what would be basically, to me, the birth of the Hollywood Vampires. Because then you've got Break On Through, Revolution, Foxy Lady, My Generation, which Alice had already been doing a little bit at that point. Then you get 18, Poison, and School's Out with Another Brick in the Wall. Personally, myself, I really think 18 and Poison should have been earlier in the set list. That's me. And I think it should have just run the covers right through to the end where they hit School's Out, Another Brick in the Wall. School's Out, Another Brick in the Wall. I've mentioned this before. I will mention this again. I absolutely love the Another Brick in the Wall put into it. As someone who has been a die-hard Alice Cooper fan, and School's Out was the song that got me into Alice Cooper. I've talked about this in other reviews. Windsor, Detroit, we do the internet. We used to have what was called the International Freedom Fest. We still have it. It just doesn't have the same name anymore. Fireworks every year that are put on, and my parents' car overheated. My dad had to wait for every other car to basically get out of the parking garage so we could pull down and stuff like that safely, because the car couldn't go far without overheating, and getting water to put in the rad and stuff like that was a real problem at that, because of where we were located and stuff like that. It just wasn't that simple. So when School's Out came on, my parents cranked it the hell up for me, and that was my birth of my love for Alice Cooper. So when they added Another Brick in the Wall, to me, that was a much needed kick in the ass for the song, because it brought the song to life in a new way for me that I hadn't felt that love for since I was a kid. And when I got to see this live, and all of a sudden, I think I had known it was coming. And then just all of a sudden, you just hear the, we don't need no education. And they just, oh my God, the place went insane. It was just brilliant. And to have seen it at Wacken or whatever way you want to say, oh my God, that would have been brilliant. So I found this in the city of London, Ontario. I think I paid maybe $20 for it. And I absolutely love it. Tracy and I listened to this quite a few times during the road trip between London and... I think it was between London and Niagara Falls. We went through the whole thing twice. And then, got back in once or twice more along the way. Loved this album, and listening to it was fantastic. Great time. So if you can find this, Alice Cooper, Raise the Dead live at Wacken or whichever way you want to say it, pick it up. I found it used. You can find it new, and even if it costs up to $40, man, with that DVD in there, that's going to be worth it. I saw this show live. I don't need to watch the DVD. And on top of it all, we're talking about the biggest heavy metal festival there is. All right, folks. I'm going to end this one here. Last Alice one ran long. This one's going to run kind of medium to short. Give this album. It is a great live album. I highly suggest it. Love the band that's playing with Alice on that one. Let me know what you think down below. Drop me a line in the comments. Especially, what do you think about the School's Out, Another Brick in the Wall thing? Are you like me where you really love it because you thought it was a great addition to a song that's at this point over 50 years old? Or are you one of the purists who really have issues with the fact that Alice keeps doing that, would like him to go back to just the pure version? Please, Alice, don't go back to the pure version. Please don't. I love it this way. I can only ever hear it this way anymore now. It's the way it has to be. Even when I perform it in karaoke, I still want the Another Brick in the Wall version. Anyways, that's in the comment section for. Let me know what you think. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please and thank you. Subscribers are getting up there. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I hit over 160 subscribers. I think I'm almost pushing 170. I would love to be able to get it up to 200 before the end of the year. So if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. I always do this pitch at the end instead of the beginning because, you know, to me, it's better at the end. Otherwise, folks, other than that, peace, love, take care.